We are set to get underway here with the 2022 version of the Bob Weddick Invitational Tournament as the Eastern Hancock Royals are getting ready to take on the Bloomington South Panthers. I am Michael Gallion. I'll be with you all morning today, as well as a full action-packed day of basketball as we head over to Richmond High School to take on North Decatur at 3 o'clock. We'll have about 8 minutes here before we get ready to tip off. Today's broadcast is audio only, so if you're looking, you'll see just the graphic there. I will update the score occasionally when I can, but I am flying solo today, so we'll have to do that when we are able. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in and listening to us today. As I said, we'll have the other game here at 3 o'clock against the North Decatur Chargers, but this one here first is set to be a great matchup. This is the first meeting between these two teams all time. Bloomington South is one of the legendary programs in the state of Indiana. They are a 4A school located, as we said, in Bloomington, Indiana. Eastern Hancock from Charlottesville, only about 45 minutes from here, is a 2A school. But that shouldn't really matter much tonight because the Royals are 14-14 against 4A schools under Coach Aaron Spalding, including 2-2 over the past year and a half. On paper, this game appears to be a complete contrast to styles. The Royals are averaging 13 points per game more than Bloomington South, and that's with the mercy rule being in effect in 5 of their 7 games. However, Coach Spalding has always played a much more methodical style against bigger schools and has usually been able to control the tempo to his liking. This year's Bloomington South team seems to be following the same formula as we've seen tight games in the 40s and low 50s against the likes of New Albany, Terre Haute North, and Southport. As we look at these two teams here, a little bit of info on them. We'll start with the Bloomington South Panthers. Bloomington South is coached by J.R. Holmes. Coach Holmes has done this for just a couple of years, 53 years to be exact. This is his 53rd year as a varsity head basketball coach. He has accumulated a record of 885 wins to 355 losses. This is one of those games that you don't often see Coach Aaron Spalding looking young and youthful as far as his coaching experience, but Coach Holmes has him trumped there. A couple of key wins for the Panthers. They have defeated Bedford North Lawrence as well as Floyd Central, and they've had close losses to New Albany and Southport. They are averaging 55 points a game and giving up only 46. However, the Panthers have already had a season's worth of drama here in only the first month of the season. They've had to acclimate an entire team to the speed of varsity basketball. I was reading an interview with Coach Holmes. He said really only 1 or 2 guys have a whole lot of varsity experience coming back from last year. They also had to deal with the loss of their point guard and leader, Andrew Barron, who was averaging 7 assists per game prior to his injury in the first half of the Southport game. He's also kind of an emotional leader and a coach on the court for the Panthers. And we've seen here the scoring has been inconsistent in where it's come from. It's come from literally everywhere. There have been 8 different players scoring double figures, and 5 of them are averaging double figures. However, all those players have had some serious games where they've scored 17, 18 points, and they've also had some off nights scoring in low single digits. Bloomington South tends to be very methodical, and they'll control the ball, they'll slow it down, and they've been slowed to a standstill by teams that like to play zone. We'll see how this plays out tonight as the Royals are a team who pretty much plays zone for the entirety of the game. For the Eastern Hancock Royals, they are coached by Aaron Spalding. Coach Spalding has only coached Eastern Hancock. In his 24th season, he has a record of 287 wins to 242 losses. The Royals come into this game 6-1 and 3-0 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. They have some key wins against Northeastern, Randolph, Southern, and Daleville, and their lone loss came on a close game early in the season to 4A New Palestine. The Royals are averaging 68 points a game and only giving up 40. So they're averaging winning by 28 points per contest. The focal point for most teams when facing the Royals is usually the Spalding twins, Jacob and Silas. They are the sons of Coach Aaron Spalding. And while stopping them should be a focal point for most teams, that has allowed Edric Miller and Grant Gray to make opposing coaches' lives miserable. Each of them is averaging over 10 points per game, and each is capable of going for 25 on any given night, or morning if you look at today here. Now, the one thing a lot of Royal fans were concerned about coming into this season was rebounding. We were wondering where are we going to get that rebounding to replace Landon O'Neill, Cole Rainbolt, and Cyrus Burton. That question has been answered loudly in the by a couple of guys, Caden Rubel, Grant Gray, and Luke Morris. Their hustle from the ball, or away from the ball, has been tremendous in keeping plays alive, and you'll hear about it. You won't see it. You hear about it tonight here, that Grant Gray has probably 5 or 6 tips per game where he doesn't get the rebound, but kind of Dennis Rodmans it out and tips it out to somebody else for the rebound. We have about 2.5 minutes here until starting lineups are announced. So we're going to go ahead and listen to a commercial from our friends at 9 Star.
When moving into a new home, we ask ourselves questions like, who is the best internet provider in town? Well, have you considered locally owned 9 Star Connect? We've become the fastest, most reliable, and dedicated fiber-to-the-home internet company in central Indiana. Our internet packages have been modified, and we are changing speeds at a more competitive price. So give us a look. Visit us at 9starconnect.com. 9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
I love that high school sports are about so much more than winning.
I couldn't agree more. While the immediate goal might be to win a game or championship, the real purpose of high school sports is to develop good people, not just good athletes. I'm Robert Falkins, a proud South Bend LaSalle Lion.
And I'm Carrie Rosati, a proud Roncalli Royal. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
In education-based athletics, we care just as much about how student athletes are performing in the classroom as we do about how they're performing on the playing field.
That's because high school sports are a tool to build the character of student athletes, not just their athletic skills.
Developing the whole person rather than just the athlete. That's what high school sports in Indiana are all about.
Support the real purpose of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is training good athletes. This is developing better people. This is your IHSAA.
All right, we have 45 seconds left here until tip-off of this game. Eastern Hancock will be the home team on the scoreboard, wearing the white jerseys with blue trim and blue numbers to go along with the blue Nike, I believe those are Kyrie Irving shoes. Bloomington South will be the visiting team on the scoreboard. They're wearing black jerseys with purple trim, black numbers outlined in silver with the white and purple Under Armour shoes. I know Coach Bechtel would be remiss if I didn't include the shoes. So we're sitting here, we're just kind of waiting here. And we have 2 officials. I think we're waiting on a 3rd official to start the game. Oh, there he is. All right, starting lineups here momentarily. All right, first starters for the Royals. Number 2, Silas Spalding, the 6-foot senior guard. The other guard, his senior twin brother, Jacob Spalding, number 11. At the small forward position, Edric Miller, number 23, a 6'3 senior. The other forward position, number 33, Grant Gray, another 6'3 senior. And the 6'3 sophomore, number 43, Caden Rubel, will play the center position for the Royals. Now for Bloomington South. Start out with number 10, Aiden Schmitz. Number 14, Gavin Wisley. Number 21, Zach Sims. Number 23, Tay Spears. And it looks like the center, number 33, Rhett Johnson. As we said, Aaron Spalding and J.R. Holmes here combined between them have over
At 9-Star Connect, we're committed to
the weather is cold
vegetables.
outside, but problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels. Sorry, drop my clicker there. All right, we're set to get underway. Whistly and Gray ready to tip. Whistly gets it, tips it over to Aiden Schmitz. Tay Spears has it knocked away by Silas Spalding. No, knocked away by Jacob Spalding. Spears corrals it, and it's going to be a jump ball that'll go to the Royals. Great defense right there early on by the Royals. A little full court pressure here from Bloomington South. Nope, they back out of it. Jake Spalding brings it across half court on the far wing. Gets a ball screen from Caden Rubel up to the top of the key. Jake gets it over to his brother Cy on the near side. Cy drives middle, backs it back out. Backs it out to the volleyball line. Kicks over to Jake on the left wing. Deep three, no good. Rebounded by Rhett Johnson. Spears pushes it up. Gets it over to Sims. Inside, Whistly, no good. Rebound tipped out. Whistly tips it out. Spears drives in, no. Rebound, Whistly knocks it off of Edric Miller and out of bounds. If I missed some of the Bloomington South names, I apologize. The jerseys are difficult to read with the same color numbers as the background of the jersey. Bloomington South gets it into Whistly in the corner. Dishes it over up top to Schmitz. Over to Sims. Sims up top with it. Guarded by Spalding. This zone is, they're just being methodical, really working it around. Three on the way from Schmitz is good. And Bloomington South strikes first with a 3-0 lead. Aiden Schmitz drilled that one from the wing. He's averaging 11 points per game and has hit 12 threes on the season. Edric Miller on the far wing. Looks to drive, kicks it out top to Rubel. Near wing to Gray. Back up top to Silas Spalding. Silas backs it back out. Three from the same spot as his brother, and Silas drills the three. And Eastern Hancock ties it back up. 3-all, 6:26 to play here in the first quarter. Sims with it. Sims gets it back over to Spears, over to Schmitz on the wing. They're just being real methodical, moving the ball back and forth. Whistly, corner three, off the mark, rebound Jacob Spalding. He's going to push the ball, push the pace just a little bit. No lane there, kicks it to Edric Miller in the far corner. Miller drives, cut off by Sims, back out to Silas at the logo. Silas Spalding brings it around. He's dribbling at the top of the key, looking for a ball. Gets Edric Miller. Edric, nothing there. Kicks to Jake. Another deep three. College range, no. Rebound fought for. Silas Spalding just out-hustled everybody to the ball. Gets it inside. Caden Rubel goes up and gets it in. And the Royals have the lead, 5-3. 5:40 to go here in quarter number one. Good extra hustle there by Silas Spalding. And then a poke away. Jake Spalding pokes it away from Sims. And Edric Miller's going the other way. Kicks to Jake Spalding, college level three, buries the corner three. 8-3, 5:22 left here in the first. Both Spaldings have hit a three, and they've all been from college range. We're here at Lingle Court on the campus of IU East, so they have the college three-point line. Whistly in the corner with it, gets it up top. That's going to be Spears. Spears back to Whistly. Nothing there, gets it in the middle to Sims, kicks it to Schmitz in the corner. Schmitz drives, dishes to Sims, layup is in, and Sims gets on the board with his first basket. 8-5 in favor of the Royals, 4:45 left here in the first quarter. Jake Spalding's going to walk the ball up the court. He's guarded by Schmitz in the corner to Gray. Gray thought about the three, kicks it up top to Rubel. They swing it around the perimeter. Edric Miller gets it up top, drives into the paint, pulls up at 10, no, kicks it back out to Silas Spalding. Silas Spalding working on Spears. Spears does a good job keeping everything in front. Kicks it back up to Jake on the logo, and Jake will reset. Jake gets around Schmitz, drives in, gets the foul and the bucket. They're going to give him the continuation, and Jake Spalding has 5. And the foul is going to go on. I think that's Aiden Schmitz, his first foul, first stoppage of the game here with 4:20 left in the first quarter. Eastern Hancock with the 10-5 lead, and Jake Spalding looking to make it a 6-point lead here. Free throws up and good. Eastern Hancock 6-point lead. Just over 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. I think this tempo right now benefits the Royals. The way that this game's being played, this is in Eastern's hands. Sims for 3 from the wing, buries it. Cuts the lead back down to 3. Zach Sims has 5. And this Bloomington South team, they shoot the ball really well, especially from 3. Like I said, they're methodical. They're not going to shoot a ton of threes, but they're going to hit them when they do. Jake Spalding up top with it. Drives, gets the lane, puts up the reverse layup, makes it. Jake Spalding with another basket. Eastern back up by 5. Jake Spalding's got 8 first quarter points here. Sims to Whistler, corner 3 from Whistler. Perfect. 13-11, 2-point lead now for the Royals. 3:25 left here in the first quarter. Jake Spalding on the wing with it. Drives, kicks to the corner. Rubel takes the 3. Air ball. Rebounded by Sims. Pushes it up ahead to Rhett Johnson. Euro steps around Gray, gets the ball back, puts it up, and he's going to be fouled. That foul, they're going to give it to Silas Spalding, and that's going to put Rhett Johnson at the line to shoot a pair. First free throw is good. Luke Morris will check in. He'll replace Caden Rubel. Second free throw is also good. And that'll tie the game at 13. 3 minutes left here in quarter number 1. Edric Miller bringing the ball up here. He's guarded by Sims. Dishes over to Morris, up top to Jacob Spalding. Jake, deep 3 off the front of the rim, rebounded by Rhett Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Spears. Spears is going to bring it up. Spears cut off by Jake Spalding. Dishes to Sims on the far wing. His 3 off the mark. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out. There's Spears for 3. His 3 is long. Whistler and Miller both go for it. Miller grabs the rebound. Silas Spalding bringing the ball up. Silas drives. Floater no good, but he's going to be fouled. That foul is going to go on Spears, his first. That'll send Silas Spalding to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is perfect from Silas. Second free throw is also perfect. Silas Spalding has 5. Spears walking the ball up. Gets it over to Sims, back to Spears. Over to Sims on the wing. Trying to get it into Rhett Johnson. They finally do in the high post. Over to Whistler. Free throw line jumper is good. And Whistler's got 5. Whistler listed at 6'8", the senior forward. Jake Spalding gets it to Luke Morris. On the near wing up top of the key, Jake Spalding thinking about driving on Schmitz. Goes to his right, kicks to Morris. Morris will drive into the paint, dish to Edric Miller. Miller gets a lane, gets cut off. Oh, nice hesitation move. Kicks opposite corner, Gray for 3. No. Rebounded by Aiden Schmitz. Schmitz hounded by Silas Spalding. Gets it over to Spears. Spears drives. Euro steps around. Whistler 3 from the far wing. Perfect. And Whistler's got 8. And Bloomington South retakes the lead. 18-15, 1:05 to play here in the first quarter. We can't let Whistler get opening. We can't let him get hot either. Edric Miller gets in the lane. Rises up, blocked by Whistler. Whistler corrals the rebound. Gets it over to Sims. Under a minute to play here. They're going to back it out. Schmitz to Sims. Sims in the high post to Whistler. Kicks it over to Spears on the far side. Sims is going to re-grab it back to Spears on the near wing. Spears drives, Euro steps around Morris, blocked by Gray, and Edric Miller going the other way. It's one-on-one with him and Rhett Johnson. Johnson bodies him. That's going to be a foul on the floor with 30 seconds left. Bloomington South leads by 3. Silas Spalding inbound. That's Johnson's first. Checking into the game, Vincent Montardier. If I mispronounce that, you can let me know in the chat. Vince replaces Johnson. Silas gets it into Jacob. Jacob spin move, gets the basket and the foul. That's going to be 2 on Aiden Schmitz. And that was really an unnecessary foul there by him. Spalding with a chance to complete the three-point play here. Hits, rims out on the free throw. Bloomington South still leads by 1. 25 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tucker Simpson just checked in for Schmitz, and he lost it. 15 seconds left. Eastern Hancock's going to walk it up and take the last shot. 10 seconds, Jake Spalding at the logo with it. Dishes over to Luke Morris on the near wing. 6 seconds. Up to Jake up top. Jake's going to either drive or take the three. Takes the three over Simpson. No good. Rebounded by Spears, and that's the end of the first quarter. An exciting first quarter with Eastern Hancock leading 18-17. We're going to take a break here and listen to an ad from the IHSAA, and we'll be right back.
What separates high school sports from other athletic programs? We keep education in front of athletics. I'm Paul Knighty, Commissioner of the IHSAA, and I'm thrilled to introduce our new Assistant Commissioner, Janie Elmer, because I know she shares the same passion for education-based athletics.
That's right, Paul. As a former principal, teacher, and Hoosier student-athlete myself, I understand firsthand how high school sports provide a complete educational experience for students.
The real benefit of playing in the second classroom of high school sports isn't just about teams becoming better athletes.
It's about them becoming better people, building character and developing the habits they need to be successful adults in life. Accountability, teamwork, respect, perseverance. These are just some of the life lessons learned on the playing field.
It's good to have another passionate advocate for education-based athletics on the team. Welcome aboard, Assistant Commissioner Elmer.
This is the second classroom. This is education-based athletics. This is your IHSAA.
All right, back here getting ready to start the second quarter. Bloomington South leads 18-17 over the Eastern Hancock Royals. It'll be Bloomington South ball. They've got Vincent Montardier. They've got, Spears, Simpson, and Wisley. Royals have Edric Miller, Grant Gray, Bo Spaldings, and Luke Morris on the court. Ball's in the corner. That is Simpson with it. Trying to get it into Sims. Does. Sims backs down, throws up a wild shot. Rebounded by Jacob Spalding. Pushes the pace a little bit, gets it over to his brother. Cy on the wing, gets it down inside in the corner. Edric Miller spin move, no. Kicks it out. Luke Morris thought about the three. Cy will take the three, and Silas Spalding buries it. That's his second three of the game. Retakes the lead for the Royals. 20-18, 7 minutes and 15 seconds left here in quarter number 2. There's Spears with it, spins on Miller, finger roll, beautiful from Spears. He's got 4 and ties it all back up at 20. Luke Morris with the ball up top, gets it over to Edric Miller on the wing. Miller drives, kind of pushed off, but they're going to call the foul on Simpson. That's going to be Simpson's first. He had just come in to replace Schmitz right at the end of the first quarter. Schmitz has 2. It's going to be 4 or 5 team fouls on the Bloomington South Panthers, only 1 on the Royals. 6:44 to go. Ball game all tied at 20. Silas Spalding to inbound. Royals in a box formation here. Silas looking, has to throw it in, finally gets it to Luke Morris deep. Jake Spalding will reset the offense up top. Drives, kicks to Miller on the near wing. Miller drives, spins, nearly traveled with it. Morris tries to go get it and ends up going into the ladies' bathroom trying to save the ball. It'll be Bloomington South ball. 6:33 left on the clock. All knotted up at 20. Spears is going to walk the ball up. Edric Miller's going to pick him up just the other side of half court. They try to trap him. Nice spin out by Spears. Gets it into the corner. Whistler can't handle the hot pass, and it's going to be out of bounds to the Royals. If Bloomington South's been able to get into their offense, they've been pretty successful. But where they've struggled is in they can't even get into their offense, and we're poking the ball away and flustering them before they could even get past the volleyball line. Jake Spalding drives with the left hand, puts it up, blocked there by Sims. Whistler comes away with it. Whistler lost the handle on it. Edric Miller with the steal. Gets it over to Jake Spalding. Guarded by Spears. Spalding puts up the deep three. No, Rubel with the rebound. Back over to Spalding. Thought about another three, but then thinks better of it. Dishes to his brother. Silas with the three and the basket. Or with the three and the foul, sorry. Silas Spalding drills the three. Vincent Montardier gets the foul. Knocked him down, and that's going to be a chance at a 4-point play. Silas with the free throw on the way. Knocks it home, and Eastern Hancock with a 4-point lead. 5:49 to go here in the second quarter. Spalding boys have done almost all the damage so far. The only other points have come from Caden Rubel. Luke Morris bats away the pass, trying to get it into Whistler in the post. Nothing doing, but it's going to be still Panther ball. Rhett Johnson's going to check in and replace Whistler. And Coach J.R. Holmes wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout here. And we're going to take a quick break and hear from our friends at 9-Star.
As a member-owned cooperative, 9-Star serves our members who are also our friends, our neighbors, our family. You know, we take that role very seriously. We want to provide that customer with the same experience and customer service that we would expect ourselves.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, second quarter here from Lingle Court on the campus of IU East. Eastern Hancock currently leads Bloomington South 24-20 with 5 minutes and 37 seconds left here in the second quarter. Bloomington South inbounding here from the corner on their own end. Sims gets it into Spears. Eastern still sitting in this 2-3 zone. They love this zone because the Spaldings can just run around and attack. Sims kicks it over. Simpson on the corner, nothing doing. Cross court to Rhett Johnson. In the middle to Sims. Sims from the free throw line kicks it to Tucker Simpson in the corner. Simpson's three, no. Knocked out of bounds off of Rhett Johnson. He and Edric Miller were fighting for it, but it's going to be Royal ball with 5:15 to go here in the second. Eastern Hancock now in the bonus. 6 fouls on the Panthers, only 1 on the Royals. One of the things, Eastern only goes 1 deep, so 6 guys that play, so foul trouble not an issue here. Jake Spalding up top with it. Step back three, no good. Oh, and almost knocked up and in by the Panthers, but rebound corralled by Rhett Johnson. And Tardier with it. Gets it over to Spears in the corner to Sims. Back up top to Simpson. Spears with the ball at the volleyball line, resetting the offense. Gets it over to Sims on the left wing. In the corner to Johnson. Johnson cross court to Simpson. Simpson three from the wing. Air ball, but right into the hands of Johnson. Johnson blocked by Rubel, but they're going to call a foul on Caden Rubel. That's going to be Rubel's first, team's second. That'll send Rhett Johnson to the line to shoot a pair. He's 2 of 2 so far today. 5 of 9 on the season. Rhett Johnson only averaging about 5 a game, but averages about 5 rebounds as well. Rims out on the first one. 4:29 left here in the second quarter. Eastern Hancock still leads by 4. Johnson's second free throw on the way. It's good. shrinks the lead down to 3. Foul differential again, 2 fouls against the Royals, 6 against the Panthers, so Eastern Hancock now in the bonus. Jake Spalding down to Cy in the right corner. Cy up top to Rubel, swings it around the perimeter. Rubel gets a screen for Silas. Silas trying to get the ball screen to get around Spears, but just great defense there from the Panthers. Luke Morris kicks it back up top to Jake Spalding, where he will reset at the logo. Jake Spalding backs it out. He's guarded by Montardier. Step back 3 for Jake Spalding, drills it, and Jacob Spalding with another 3. That's his second 3 of the game. He had 11 at the quarter. I think he's got 16 now. Good ball movement there from the Panthers. Montardier rises up and drills it. His first basket of the game. Makes it 23-27. 4-point lead for the Royals. 3.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Silas Spalding guarded by Spears up top. Takes it to the left, hands off to his brother. Jake working on Sims. Jake wants another 3, but thinks better of it. Kicks it around the perimeter. They swing it around. Edric Miller on the right wing, up top to Silas Spalding at the top of the key. Silas thought about the step back 3 and backs out to the volleyball line. Resets it, blows by Spears, dishes down to Rubel. Rubel goes up with it and gets the roll. Caden Rubel's got his 4th point of the game as he hits the basket over Rhett Johnson. Lead is back up to 6 with 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Tucker Simpson up top to Spears at the volleyball line. Spears over to Simpson. Simpson drives, kicks back out. Sims, corner to Montardier for 3 in the right corner, no. Rhett Johnson gets the rebound, put back, no good. Gets his own rebound, and then he's fouled by Rubel, and that's going to be Rubel's second. Rubel not happy, but the official looked at him and gave him the mom look of, yeah, you know you did it. The foul before that was a little more questionable. That one I think he got him pretty solidly across the arms. That'll send Johnson back to the line to shoot 2 more. His 5th free throw of the game, gets the roll. Grant Gray checks in, as does Zach David, and looks like Cruz Sanchez. Johnson's second free throw perfect. He's 5 out of 6 on the game. Lead is back down to 4. 2:37 to go here in the second quarter. Eastern Hancock leads 29-25. Jake Spalding at the volleyball line. Dishes over to Luke Morris. Morris working on Montardier. Hands off to Silas Spalding at the volleyball line. He's guarded by Cruz Sanchez. Sanchez, good defender, keeps Cy in front of him. Side dishes to Jake. Edric Miller thought about the 3 from the left wing. Drives in. Rises up. Blocked by Rhett Johnson. He gets it to Sims. Sims fouled by Jacob Spalding. Coach Spalding irate, and I can't tell if he's mad at the official or mad at his son on that one. Yeah, he's mad at the official. Okay. Had to wait and hear what he said, but that was, yeah. Coach Spalding not happy. Foul there. It's only Jake's first foul, so no harm there. Cruz Sanchez with it up top. Gets it over to David. David back to Sanchez. Sanchez to Sims. Sims turnaround 16-footer. No. Rebound. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. Blocked. Rebound tipped around. Jake Spalding finally comes away with it. 1:50 left. Royals lead by 4. 29-25. Jake working on Sims. Edric on the left wing. He's going to drive with the right hand. Kicks it out top. Morris. He's going to drive, get in the paint. Kick it back to Edric Miller. Oh, they're going to call a charge on Luke Morris. We just mentioned Sanchez, and Sanchez did a great job there getting his feet set, getting in position. Coach Spalding now working the officials. As it was 6-1 was the foul discrepancy, it's now 6-5 after 4 straight fouls on the Royals. Sims gets it across and then picks up his dribble and immediately trapped, but gets it out. Johnson over to Montardier. Montardier up and in after the foul. Let's see who that's on. It's either Luke Morris or Jacob Spalding. That's going to go on Jake, his second. Montardier with the basket and the foul. It's a 2-point game. He has a chance to make it a 1-point game. Vince, in his last outing, scored 16 against Rock Creek Academy, his season high. He's having a good game so far here. He's got 4 points with a chance for 1 more. 1:20 left. Eastern Hancock leads by 2. Vince with the free throw. Perfect. make that a 1-point lead, 28-29, Eastern Hancock. Jake Spaulding with his 2 fouls. See if that becomes a point of interest. Edric Miller drives with the left hand. Nothing doing, stolen away by Sims. Sims hounded by Jake 3/4 of the way up the court. They finally get it up. David finds Vince Montardier, long 2. Perfect, he's got 7 all here in the second quarter. 52 seconds to play. Bloomington South retakes the lead, 30-29. Jake Spaulding at the volleyball line. Works on Sims. Drives, dishes back out. Grant Gray in the corner, kicks up top to Silas. Silas at the volleyball line, 35 seconds to play. Gets to Jake, and it looks like he's going to back out and hold for the last shot. Sims is going to get out there and not let him just hold. So he dishes over to Silas. Jake back with it. Kicks it over to Cy. Looks like they're not going to come quite out. Sanchez is getting just close enough to make Cy think about it. 12 seconds left here. Edric Miller on the far left side with the ball. 9 seconds. Gets it to Jake Spaulding up top. 6 seconds. Jake working on Sims. Drives, gets in the paint. Running shot, no good. Rebound Sims, and his full court heave's going to come up way short. And at the halftime break of one of the most exciting games so far this year, Eastern Hancock trails 29-30. Sorry, they led the entire second quarter. Bloomington South with the big play by Vincent Montardier there at the end retakes the lead. So we're going to take a break here. We're going to let you listen to some commercials and the IHSAA Commissioner's Corner interview, and we'll be back with what's going to be an outstanding second half of basketball here from Lingle Court on the campus of IU East.
At 9-Star Connect, we're committed to delivering dependable and affordable electricity, and we know the best internet service is all about speed and reliability. We deliver both. At 9-Star Connect, we are a different kind of company.
The weather is cold outside, but here in Charlottesville, the action is heating up on the court. Eastern Hancock basketball is back and more exciting than ever. Now is the perfect time to come on down and check out the Eastern Hancock girls basketball team. Come cheer on your ladies as they make a run for the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship and beyond. You can follow the Royals all season long here on the home of the Royals.
For the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell. This is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, in advance, let me wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's a great time of year. Great time of year in the sense that, we're all out of school. We can focus on our families and focus on having a good time. And if you're a student athlete, you can focus on getting better, particularly in your individual sport. And so there's a lot of things that can go on and do go on at this time of year relative to our high school sports programs around the state.
Absolutely, Coach. And it's as the season progresses, there's oftentimes that, they're going to practice after school's out, and they've already had their classroom lessons for the day, and they're into that second classroom. But this Christmas time and this break between that schools often take gives coaches an opportunity to maybe spend a little more time in the gym in some cases and fine-tune these teams and continue to teach what they think they need to be able to do for their team to give them in the best possible position for postseason success as we walk into the new year. And it's just really an opportunity to be focused on that.
It also gives everybody, coaches, student athletes, moms and dads, hey, when you come out of Christmas break, if you're a basketball coach or player, you do not stop for the next 3 months. And it gets January into February, having done it for a few years, seems to be, it really, really is hard because of the stress on you that you've had. Basketball is a long season, and so this is literally the last time you get a chance to recharge your individual battery, so to speak, and get ready for the push.
Absolutely, and we do want coaches and families to take time for family and self and a little self-preservation along the way. Certainly, these folks out there, especially that work with kids on a daily basis, they choose to do their work in the eye of the public, Coach. And, having a chance to recharge and step back a little bit, gain some perspective that the holidays often give us, and get ready to go for the run, because it is a run. But, man, it's so much fun as these teams, as they'll walk through the new year and prepare for that tournament run, that they're all hoping to end up in Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Hard to believe that it will not be long before we're hosting a pairing show and talking about girls basketball tournament. I mean, literally, it will be stunning once we get back into school in January how little time everyone's going to have before the tournament begins.
That's exactly right, Coach. I mean, the girls' tournament is literally right around the corner. And so is the wrestling tournament, and boys and girls swimming, and gymnastics, and boys basketball. I mean, they're literally right around the corner. And prep for the girls' basketball tournament, especially in the office with Assistant Commissioner Omer, has already begun. We're looking at officials and rating systems and host sites and, making sure that we're ready to. And we even got the trophies ordered, Coach, and they're polished up and ready to hand out as we walk through that tournament. So.
All right, then everyone can relax because the trophies are ordered and everyone's ready to go. Commissioner Neidig, it's always great to talk to you about these kinds of things. You have the right perspective, but just want people to understand, it is still important to understand this is an education-based operation. So when you get out there, and we encourage you to go to as many games, swimming meets, wrestling matches, as much as you can during the holidays, but keep it in the right perspective.
That's absolutely right, Coach. These are games for kids, and they're enjoyed by adults. And we always have to remember, it's just a society, as we have to preach a little more kindness. And whether it's the officials and the approach to the game, or the kids on the floor, the critical eye that parents often bring, perspective is so important. Just like I have the perspective to pull over there and get out of that fire truck's way.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
We ask ourselves questions like, who is the best internet provider in town? Well, have you considered locally owned 9-Star Connect? We've become the fastest, most reliable, and dedicated fiber-to-the-home internet company in central Indiana. Our internet packages have been modified, and we are changing speeds at a more competitive price. So give us a look. Visit us at 9starconnect.com. 9-Star is a different kind of company. And the difference
we all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust: Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms sweet corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some. And when you think of corn,
I love that high school sports are about so much more than winning.
I couldn't agree more. While the immediate goal might be to win a game or championship, the real purpose of high school sports is to develop good people, not just good athletes. I'm Robert Falkins, a proud South Bend LaSalle Lion.
And I'm Carrie Rosati, a proud Roncalli Royal. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
In education-based athletics, we care just as much about how student athletes are performing in the classroom as we do about how they're performing on the playing field.
That's because high school sports are a tool to build the character of student athletes, not just their athletic skills.
Developing the whole person rather than just the athlete. That's what high school sports in Indiana are all about.
Support the real purpose of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is training good athletes. This is developing better people. This is your IHSAA.
9-Star is very focused on customer and member care, focused on making sure that however we communicate with the member and customer is how they want to communicate.
Sometimes we're the one person that they speak to in a day, and you want that conversation to be happy and pleasant.
As a nonprofit co-op, we're focused on providing the best service we can for our members.
9-Star is a different kind of company. And the difference is you.
All right, folks, we are back here getting ready to start the second half of what's been probably the most exciting game here of the Eastern Hancock basketball season. Eastern Hancock trails at the half, Bloomington South 30-29. Quick rundown of statistics. First for the Royals. Jacob Spalding with 13, Silas Spalding with 12. Between them, they've hit 5 threes. The only other guy on the board is Caden Rubel with 4. For the Bloomington South Panthers, Whistler leads the way with 8. Montardier with 7. Sims, Spears, and Johnson all have 5. So a little more balanced scoring here so far from the Panthers. Again, this has been an epic battle to watch. The first quarter was all offense. The second quarter was all defense. And right now, with the fouls kind of evened out, it was uneven a little bit. It was 6-1. 6 fouls on the Panthers, 1 on the Royals, and then it went to 6-6 by the time we got out of it. But we'll see how fouls play into this, because we saw Aiden Schmitz, who was a key player early on, got 2 fouls in the first quarter and had to sit the whole second. We'll see if he regains a little bit of that momentum here in the second half. Jake Spalding, I believe, he and Rubel are the only 2 in foul trouble. They each have 2 for the Royals. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in and listening to us here today. Again, this is our audio-only broadcast here from IU East Lingle Court here in beautiful Richmond, Indiana. This is a nice facility, really well done here. IU East has been a good NAIA team for several years here, and you see the banners hanging in the gym. They've accumulated a couple of Final Fours in NAIA and really good programs. So come on out and watch them sometime. It's a short drive out to Richmond, lots of places to eat, and really good basketball. All right, getting underway here. Eastern Hancock with the ball. Starters both sides. Silas Spalding kicks to the right corner to Edric Miller. Edric dishes back out to Rubel. Left wing over here to Silas. Swings it around. Thought about swinging around. Swings it around to Jake up top. Jake finds Grant Gray. We got to get Grant going. Grant has been relatively quiet. So has Edric Miller. As Grant throws it away, throws it into Rhett Johnson, trying to get it into Miller in the post. Spears gets it to Schmitz. Spears at the volleyball line over on the right wing to Sims. They're really looking to try to get the ball inside to Whistler, but Rubel doing a nice job of keeping that thing away. Schmitz, hounded by Spalding, gets it back over to Sims. Sims to Spears up top. Spears drives, dishes Schmitz, corner 3, buries it, and Aiden Schmitz picks up right where he left off. Hits a big 3 here to push the lead up to 4. 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. Jake Spalding walks the ball up the court. Dishes on the right wing to Edric Miller. Edric up top to Rubel. Left wing to Grant Gray. Up top, Silas thought about the 3. Tries to drive, cut off. Hesitation move, step back 2 from the near corner. Hits it. Silas Spalding has 14. Little 3-quarter court pressure here. They get it across Sims. Schmitz on the left wing. Schmitz drives around Gray. Throws it away because he ran out of bounds and had to jump out of bounds. Edric Miller going the other way. Edric can't get the roll, but Rubel hustles down, and Rubel's going to be fouled by Rhett Johnson, and that'll send Caden Rubel to the line to shoot a pair. Excellent hustle there by Caden Rubel is going to send him to the line with a chance to tie it. Score is 31-33 in favor of the Panthers. Rubel's first free throw's off the mark. He's been shooting 62% here on the season, 8 of 13. Second free throw on the way. It rolls out. Whistler loses it out of bounds, though. Oh, no, they're going to say that was off Gray. Whistler didn't really put a body in Gray. He just went up for it, and that ball just hung on the rim a little bit longer than he thought. And Gray apparently poked it out. Again, this 3-quarter court pressure here is just not allowing Bloomington South to get comfortable. Oh, poked out Schmitz. Oh, it went off of Schmitz's foot. Nice defense there by Edric Miller. He's going to give the ball back to the Royals. 6:08 to play here in the third. Eastern Hancock trails by 2. If you're listening to us, the chat is open. You can still chat, and we can see that. and talk to us. Silas Spalding at the logo. Guarded by Sims. Kicks over to Jake Spalding on the right wing. Back up top to Cy. Cy tries to drive on Spears. Nothing doing. Kicks to Jake for three. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Aiden Schmitz. Bloomington South really has not tried to push the pace very much here. Jake Spalding nearly gets the steal on the cross-court pass. Spears over to Sims. Down inside to Whistler. Back out to Spears. Over to Sims on the left wing. Back to Whistler in the left corner. Gets it down inside to Rhett Johnson. Johnson goes up and gets the roll. Johnson's got 7, his first basket from the field of the game. Bloomington South lead is 5:09 left here in the third quarter. Jake Spalding gets a ball screen from Rubel. Gets cut off there by Schmitz. Jake working, kicks it to Cy. Cy's going to drive, cut off by Spears. Step back three, no good. Rebounded by Whistler. Nearly a ticky-tack foul, but no call there. As Jake Spalding takes it away from Spears, but then it goes right to Schmitz. Cross court to Sims. Dishes down inside. Whistler to Rhett Johnson. Nice play. And they're going to get a foul. I think that's going to be on Rubel. It's either Rubel or Grant Gray. Outstanding ball movement from the Panthers. Leads to the foul. Can't see from here which way the ref signaled. But that's going to send Rhett Johnson to the line. That foul did go on Rubel. That's his third. We're going to see Luke Morris come in and replace Rubel here. Johnson hits the first free throw. Pushes the lead back up to 5. And that's a big loss for the Royals there. I think that was a good call, but that was a big loss from the Royals because Rubel's been hustling and been tipping balls left, right, and center. Johnson no good on the second. Edric Miller gets the rebound. And Rubel's the only other guy on the board besides the Spalding twins. Edric Miller handling the ball. We got to get Edric and Grant going here. We just have to. Grant, corner three, off the mark, rebound by Schmitz. I just said that. He got the look he wanted. Grant Gray, an excellent three-point shooter. He had 20 last week against Randolph Southern. Schmitz up top with it. Hounded by Jake Spalding. Gets it into the corner to Whistler. Whistler back up to Spears. Spears back to Whistler, left wing three. Got it. And Whistler hits his third three of the game. Gavin Whistler hits it, pushes the lead up to 8, and Aaron Spalding wants a timeout for the Royals. The score here with 3:55 left in the third, Bloomington South 39, Eastern Hancock 31. The weather is cold outside, but here in Charlottesville, the action is heating up on the court. Eastern Hancock basketball is back and more exciting than ever. Now is the perfect time to come on down and check out the Eastern Hancock girls basketball team. Come cheer on your ladies as they make a run for the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship and beyond. You can follow the Royals all season long here on the home of the Royals, EHSN. We all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust: Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms sweet corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some. And when you think of corn, think Paxton Farms. All right, back from our timeout break here. Again, halfway through this third quarter, Eastern Hancock let the Panthers get on a bit of a run here. Bloomington South leads 39-31. Jacob Spalding brings the ball up the court for Eastern. Dishes to Gray. Let's see what kind of set Coach Spalding drew up here. Silas gets to Edric Miller. Edric's going to drive with the right hand. Dishes to Gray in the right corner for three. Nothing. Dishes it back out. Gray thought about the three, but dishes it up top. Resets the offense with Silas Spalding. Silas to Miller. Miller drives left hand. Cut off by Sims. Goes behind the back. Lays it up. No basket, but he is fouled. That foul is going to go on Whistler. Gavin Whistler picks up his first, team's first of the half. Sorry, I believe it's Wisely. There was nobody working the book for me to ask here before the game, so I apologize if I'm mispronouncing names. Edric Miller rolls in the first free throw, cuts the lead down to 7. 3:28 to go. Edric's second free throw is up and perfect, and he's on the board with 2 points. Get it in. Schmitz is just being hounded everywhere he goes by Jacob Spalding. Gets it to Wisely. Wisely out to Sims. Sims didn't catch it clean, or else he would have had a wide open three. Back up to Spears up top. Gets the ball screen from Schmitz. Gets around Jake. Nice cutoff there. Good help by Gray. Gets it to Wisely up top. Wisely back to Schmitz. And reset the offense. Spears gets it in the corner to Rhett Johnson. Trying to go into Wisely. Wisely does not look comfortable with his back to the basket. He's caught it in there a couple times. He's got about a 5-inch advantage over Edric Miller, but just doesn't look confident when it's back to the basket. Bloomington South back to being patient here. Sims drives, cut off by Morris, back up top. Wisely for three over Edric Miller, drains another one, and Wisely's got 4 threes, and he's got 14 points. His season high was 20 last game against Rock Creek Academy. Silas, good hesitation move, outstanding layup, but can't get the roll. Good effort there. And Jake Spalding just picked up his 3rd foul, and that's been a long time coming because Jake has been bodying Schmitz every time he catches the ball in the backcourt or on the opposite side of the court. And Jake just kind of ran at him and bodied him, and Coach Aaron Spalding has given him the dad look right now. Like, it's that glare. Yeah, it's a dad look. So Jake picked up his 3rd. Let's see if that plays large here and how he can play defense here in the second half. Sims, good move, gets it to Wisely. Wisely reverse layup blocked by Gray and rebounded by Jacob Spalding. Jacob working on Schmitz, dishes right corner, Gray for 3, off the mark, rebounded by Sims. Good block out there by Sims. And now Jake is getting back on defense. He's not going to be as aggressive. Sims blows by Luke Morris and lays it up and in for 2 more. And Sims has 7. 1:45 to go. Bloomington South has pushed the lead to 11, 44-33. Eastern's only scored 4 points this quarter. This is the biggest lead for either team so far. Edric Miller drives left hand, dishes to Morris, back out top. Silas Spalding gets in the lane, dishes to Gray. Gray's shot is blocked by Wisely, rebounded by Spears, and he's going the other way. Spalding can't do much there with 3 fouls, and Spears gets around him. Spears up top to Sims. 1:13 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bloomington South Panthers lead by 11. Oh, that's going to be a double dribble there. Yep, good defense by Silas Spalding. Forces the double dribble on Sims. Caden Rubel coming back in the game with his 3 fouls, but he's got to have some more size in there to push those big guys around. Rhett Johnson checks out. Vincent Matardier checks in. 1:04 left. Eastern Hancock ball. They trail by 11. Rubel with the ball on the right wing, guarded by Wisely. Up top to Luke Morris. Looks to drive on Matardier. Morris with the left hand, kicks out to Miller in the corner. Miller rises up from 12 feet, can't get the roll. Rubel with great body position, gets in, he can't get the layup, and Rubel just picked up his 4th foul. Oh, that's a tough one. That is a heartbreaker if you're the Royals, because Rubel had fought for great body position. He just tried to lay it up, and it just sat on the front of the rim and fell off, and then Spears knifed in there and got the rebound, and Rubel, not a whole lot of contact, but definitely enough to justify the foul. He's got 4. Jaden Stein will check in here with 40 seconds left in the 3rd. He's going to make sure that Jake Spalding doesn't do anything dumb and pick up a 4th foul as well here in the last 40 seconds. So here's Spears with it. Look like they're just going to hold for the last shot with that 11-point lead. Silas isn't going to let him hold. Spears over to Schmitz. Schmitz right in front of Coach Holmes there on the side of the bench. Back up top to Spears. 17 seconds. Spears on the logo. Edric Miller's going to come out. 12 seconds. There's 8. Wisely in the corner. Back to Spears. 6. And Tardier with it. Kicks it. 4. Schmitz. 3 from the wing. Air ball. Saved by Sims, but that's going to be the end of the third quarter with the score. Bloomington South 44, IU East. It says IU East on the scoreboard. Eastern Hancock 33.
Mr. Crosley, your passion and enthusiasm for teaching history taught me valuable life lessons.
Like what, Carrie?
The importance of dedication, commitment, showing up every day. And those lessons helped me in the classroom and on the softball field. I'm Carrie Rosati, IHSAA Assistant Commissioner, and this is Pat Crosley, my mentor from Roncalli High School.
As an educator, I always care about the whole student, from their academic success to their character development to their athletic performance. That's why I love supporting students outside the classroom at athletic events.
It showed me you really cared about me as a person, not just as a student. Having devoted coaches and teachers like you taught me accountability and motivated me in both my schoolwork and athletics. I showed up every day because you did the same for me.
Thanks, Carrie. We can all support hardworking teachers and coaches by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is meaningful mentorship. This is life-changing leadership. This is your IHSAA.
All right, we are back here. The start of the fourth quarter. Eastern Hancock trails Bloomington South by 11, 44-33. We'll see. The pressure's going to have to pick up because Bloomington South can do an excellent job of handling it, but Sims' pass is deflected and Spalding comes away with it. Jake Spalding pulls up deep three off the front of the rim, can't quite get the roll, and Rhett Johnson with the rebound. Gets it to Schmitz. 7.5 minutes left here. Schmitz over to Spears. Spears back to Schmitz. Gets to Rhett Johnson on the left wing. Nearly stolen away. Good ball movement. Matardier, 10-footer, no, but nobody boxes out Rhett Johnson, and he puts it up and in. And Rhett Johnson has 10 points now. He's the second Panther in double figures behind Wisely with 14. Silas picks up his dribble up top to Luke Morris. Morris back to Silas Spalding up top. Silas backs it out. He's going to drive him. Matardier gets to the free throw line. Trying to get it into Gray. Gray, 12-footer from corner, good. Grant Gray with his first basket of the game, and it's nice to see him get going. Still an 11-point lead, 46-35. Sims gets it into Matardier, 15-footer. He's going to be fouled by Gray. I think that was Gray. 6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Nope, they're going to call Silas. They were both there. Silas Spalding picks up his second foul. That'll send Vincent Matardier to the line to shoot two. Rattles home the first one. Lead is back to 12. And checking into the game, Simpson, Tucker Simpson coming back in. He will replace Sims. Vincent has the second free throw coming here. On the way and good. He has 9. Leads back to 13. Jake Spalding trying to get to Gray. Gray nearly lost it. Gets it back up to Silas at the top of the key. Silas to Edric Miller on the right wing. Edric drives on Simpson. Cut off. Dishes back out to Jake at the top. Jake deep, NBA three. Buries the shot. And Jake Spalding has 16. Cuts the lead down to 10. 6:19 to play. Bloomington South leads 48-38.
We are really heavily involved in the community, so there are multiple different volunteer opportunities that we can go and do.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, we're back here. Short timeout. If my wife is listening, I want to tell her the Bloomington South cheerleaders sound excellent here in the gym. My wife is a cheer coach and likes to know how the cheerleaders are doing. So sorry you can't see them, but they sound good, and they are energetic for an 11 a.m. tip-off. So Eastern Hancock trailing by 10. Now they definitely have the firepower. We know that no deficit is too large. And right now, Bloomington South has looked a little uncomfortable with this full-court pressure that Eastern's about to apply. They do get it in. Spears with the ball, guarded by Silas Spalding. Spears gets it across half court. Quick three there. Schmitz hits another three, and that lead is right back to 13 with 6:05 left here in the game. Silas Spalding guarded by Spears. Oh, nice behind the back move. Oh, it's blocked away by Rhett Johnson, and Johnson nearly with an outstanding play to block it and save it. That was just a great play all around. Silas Spalding went behind the back. Johnson came over from nowhere to block that. Luke Morris with the ball. Gets it on the left wing. Jake Spalding, awkward looking three, no good. Morris fights for the rebound, gets it. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Sims. Nope, that's Spears. Tay Spears with the foul. Luke Morris, we talk about it all the time, his hustle saved the possession there for the Royals. So Silas Spalding to inbound. Box formation here. Silas gets it to Gray on the right corner, up top to Jake. Little America's play there. Back to Silas, corner three, off the mark. Rebounded by Tucker Simpson. Tucker Simpson guarded by Edric Miller. Gets it across half court. Trapped there by Silas and Edric, but it leaks out to Rhett Johnson. Johnson picked up his dribble, but nobody realized it, and he finally gets it over to Spears. 5:22 to play. Eastern Hancock trails by 13. And Luke Morris is going to get called for the foul there on Spears. That's 5 team fouls on the Royals. 5:19 to play here. What we have to do is rush them into some quick shots. They just can't hit those shots like Schmidt did last time. Spears just being absolutely dogged by Silas. Gets it over to Rhett Johnson. Johnson hands off to Montardier, but nearly stolen away by Luke Morris. They're just going into a little bit of a weave here to kill some clock. Schmitz poked away by Spalding, but pokes it right to Rhett Johnson. Spears takes the three, and oh, that's a knife right in the back of the Royals as the lead balloons to 16 with 4:48 to go. Jake Spalding blocked. That's going to be a jump ball there, though. Spears and Gray tied up with it. 16-point deficit here for Eastern Hancock with 4:44 to go. And again, those have just been some key shots that the Bloomington South Panthers have hit. Silas finds Luke Morris. Luke Morris drives corner three. Grant Gray off the mark. Good box out there by Simpson, and Jake Spalding nearly picked up his fourth, but gets the steal, puts it up and in. Jake Spalding with two more. That was a good heady play there by the senior point guard because Jake nearly could have got called for the foul, but instead he gets the steal and the layup. 54-40 with 4:30 left here in the game. You're listening to Royal Radio.
Mr. Crosley, your passion and enthusiasm for teaching history taught me valuable life lessons.
Like what, Carrie?
The importance of dedication, commitment, showing up every day. And those lessons helped me in the classroom and on the softball field. I'm Carrie Rosati, IHSAA Assistant Commissioner, and this is Pat Crosley, my mentor from Roncalli High School.
As an educator, I always care about the whole student, from their academic success to their character development to their athletic performance. That's why I love supporting students outside the classroom at athletic events.
It showed me you really cared about me as a person, not just as a student. Having devoted coaches and teachers like you taught me accountability and motivated me in both my schoolwork and athletics. I showed up every day because you did the same for me.
Thanks, Carrie. We can all support hardworking teachers and coaches by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is meaningful mentorship.
All right, full court pressure here from the Royals as they trail by 14. 4.5 minutes left in the game. Spears gets it over to Schmitz. Schmitz trapped at three-quarter court. Good ball movement there by the Panthers. They get it over to Montardier. Nearly stolen away by Edric Miller, but Spears comes away with it. Spears just hounded there by Spalding and Miller, but somehow pulls it out of there. Simpson in the corner. Three from Montardier, no good, and that's exactly what the Royals needed, but they got to get the rebound. Tucker Simpson out-hustled everybody for the board, and Schmitz has it on the far wing. Schmitz gets it out to Spears. Eastern just everywhere right now, and J.R. Holmes is going to take a timeout. He's talking to the officials saying, you've got to call some of those reach-ins, but Eastern, with an experienced senior-led group, is doing a great job of not reaching in and getting called for the fouls. We're going to take a quick break. You are listening to the Eastern Hancock Sports Network. We all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust: Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms sweet corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some, and when you think of corn, think Paxton Farms. All right. Awkward position. Simpson inbounding right there from in front of his bench. Finds Schmitz. Schmitz spin moves out of it, goes up. Oh, nearly a clean block by Gray, but he just got him across the arm at the end. So Grant Gray picks up the foul with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left, and that'll send Aiden Schmitz to the line to shoot two. Aiden Schmitz, an excellent shooter, averaging over 11 points a game, hits the first free throw. This is his first time to the line here today. He was in foul trouble a little bit in the first half. Lead is now 15, 3:50 to go. Schmitz's second free throw is perfect. And I'll tell you what, this is an outstanding free throw shooting team, as you would expect from a J.R. Holmes coach team. Lead is 16, 3:44 left here. Luke Morris with it up top to Spalding. Jake Spalding, shot over Tucker Simpson, no good, rebounded by Schmitz. Schmitz trying to avoid the trap, gets it over to Sims. Schmitz gets it to Rhett Johnson. Back to Schmitz, poked away by Jake Spalding, and he taps it. What a play by Jake Spalding to tap it up to Edric Miller. Edric gets the layup and the foul. What a play by Jacob Spalding. He pokes it away, saves it, taps it to Edric, and then Edric finishes through the contact, and he'll get a shot at a free throw. Huge, huge play. The Royals needed that. Sims is going to check back in and get Schmitz. That foul went on Tay Spears, his third, team's third. Edric Miller's free throw is good. That gives him 5 for the game. Lead is 13. 3:13 to go here. The refs are really letting the Royals be physical on some of those on the defensive side, letting them reach in a little bit more than what the crowd is liking here. But they've been letting them do it the whole game. It's been a consistently called game here by this officiating crew. That ball was kicked by Edric Miller. So Spears with it in the backcourt, guarded by Miller. Gets it across the timeline. Jake Spalding jumps out and knocked him down, and what are they going to call? That's got to be a foul or a travel. I think they're going to call a foul on Jake. Yep, foul on Spalding, his fourth. 2:50 to go here. Eastern Hancock leads by 13. And Jake just tried to lure him into it and jump out to that trap, but ends up picking up the foul, and that'll send Spears to the line to shoot 1-1. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play. Eastern Hancock leads, or trails, sorry. Eastern Hancock trails 43-56. Not been saying that a whole lot this season. Spears' first free throw is perfect, and that'll give him a second. Spears has 8 for the game, and we talked about the balanced scoring before the game, and it has been truly balanced here for the Panthers. Spears' second free throw is good. Give him 9. Lead back up to 15. Edric Miller brings it across half court. Drives in, dishes over to Gray. Gray, throws it off the face of Montardier out of bounds, and it'll be Royal ball. We have not seen Gavin Wisely this quarter. I said that, and he's coming to the scorer's table to check in. Rhett Johnson with a little bit of a limp there. He twisted an ankle. Wisely checks in for him. .244 to play. Eastern Hancock trails by 15. Still, with the way that we can shoot, this game is nowhere near out of reach, but we can't. We got to get some steals, and we can't give up any offensive rebounds on the other end. So cleaning the floor here. There was some moisture on the floor there. Silas Spalding to inbound, gets to Gray on the left corner. Gray up top to Silas. Silas takes a three, buries the three right over Simpson. Silas Spalding with his 4th three of the game. The deficit's down to 12, 2:36 to play. Full timeout here by Eastern Hancock. You're listening to the Eastern Hancock Radio Network. The weather is cold outside, but here in Charlottesville, the action is heating up on the court. Eastern Hancock basketball is back and more exciting than ever. Now is the perfect time to come on down and check out the Eastern Hancock girls basketball team. Come cheer on your ladies as they make a run for the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship and beyond. You can follow the Royals all season long here on the home of the Royals, EHSN. All right, so we're back here. Still in timeout from Richmond, Indiana. Lingle Court on the campus of IU East. What's been an outstanding game. This has been the best game of the year as far as excitement that Eastern Hancock has played. That New Pal game was a lot of fun, but this one just feels a little bit different. Eastern Hancock, though, trails by 12. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left here. Let's see if this full court pressure can force some more turnovers. So Sims to inbound. Trying to find somebody. Finally finds Vincent Montardier, who's guarded by Silas Spalding. He splits the trap there of the Spalding sandwich, and they're going to be a foul on Silas, and that'll send Vince to the line to shoot 1-and-1. That's Silas's 3rd. So Silas with 3, Jake with 4, Rubel with 4, although he's on the bench right now. Vince Montardier to the line to shoot 1-and-1. He's got 9 right now, so a chance to go into double figures. Free throw is up, and he rattles it home. 2 minutes and 31 seconds left here. Panthers lead by 13. Cruz Sanchez comes in. He will replace Tucker Simpson. Vince's second free throw here is on the way. No good. Silas fights Sims for the rebound. They're going to call a foul on Sims. Good job there by Silas fighting for it. So Vince misses the second free throw. He's got 10 for the game. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here. Eastern Hancock trails by 13. We got to score, and we got to score quick here, boys. Silas on the far wing to Edric Miller. Back up top. Oh, and he throws it away. Jacob Spalding took his eyes off of it, thinking, he's just going to catch it with one hand. He took his eyes off, lost it, and it's going to be Bloomington South ball. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the game. So backcourt violation there. Sanchez struggling to find somebody to get into. Nearly stolen away by Miller, but that was Spears comes away with it. Sanchez drives, dishes to Vince. Back up top to Sims. Over to Spears, guarded by Miller. Spears up top on the left wing, dishes over to Sims. Sims just being hounded by Edric. Back to Spears. Back to Sanchez, trying to get it inside, but Sanchez thinks better of it and backs out. Fouled by Luke Morris with 1:54 left. And that'll send Cruz Sanchez to the line. Or I don't have him attempting any free throws on the season. He might have, but I don't have any in my inventory here. That's going to be 9 team fouls, so still 1-and-1. I think they're discussing, I don't know what they were discussing there. Discussing something with the trainer. Looked like Spears had a cut. Sanchez hits the free throw, and it said it. Excellent free throw shooting here for the Panthers. They are 17 of 20 as a team as Sanchez just drills that second one. Leads back to 15, 1:48 to go. Gray up top. You got to shoot that, Grant. We got to score, and we got to score fast. When Grant gets an open look, he's got to take it. Just looks a little gun shy. Jake with the NBA 3, air balls. Gray with the rebound, reverse layup, no. Tipped up by Gray. Kicks it back out to Luke Morris. His deep 3 from the top of the key, no good. Rebound fought for, and Sanchez comes away with it. He's tied up by Jake Spalding. Jump ball will go to the Panthers. 1:24 remaining. Eastern Hancock trails 61-46. Rhett Johnson comes back in for Wisely. Minute 24 left here. Finds Batardier back to Sims. Sims, nearly stolen away, trapped by Spalding and Miller and Luke Morris. It's just a brawl there in the corner. Gets it up ahead. Spears breaks the press, gets it over to Johnson, and Johnson lays it up and in for 2. We nearly had him in the far corner there, but the ball squirted out, and Johnson gets the layup. Jake Spalding's 3, no good. Rebounded by Sims. He's trapped in the corner, but then he's fouled by Edric Miller with 57 seconds remaining. And that'll do it. That'll be double bonus now. Actually, they're going to call the foul on Grant. Doesn't really matter at this point. So that'll send Sims. I thought that was Sims. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 because that's the double bonus. So Gray picks up his second. That's the 10th team foul. And again, 17 of 20 as a team. That is outstanding for the Panthers right now. Make that 18 of 21. David checks in. He will replace Johnson. Sims has one more free throw on the way. Hits that one. 19 of 22. The lead is up to 19, 65-46. And I'm going to wager this is the most that Eastern Hancock has trailed in a long time. I'm talking several years. The last game I can remember that we've trailed by 19 points was a couple years ago. It would have been 2 years ago. We played Shenandoah up there on a cold January night. Jake Spalding drives. He's going to be fouled by Cruz Sanchez. It's only 16 fouls, so not shooting yet. 52.9 seconds remaining here. Eastern trails by 19. Sy can't find anybody, ends up getting it to Gray. Gray tries to go to Jake, stolen away by Sanchez. Sanchez lays it up, no foul. Misses the layup. Silas comes away with it over to Edric Miller. Edric hits the layup, and he's fouled by David. Eastern not giving up yet. 41 seconds left. Edric Miller with 2 more. And is getting ready to attempt his 4th free throw of the game. Ben Smith checks in. He will replace Vince Montardier. Edric with 1 free throw coming here. 65-48 Panther lead. Eddie knocks home the free throw. Smith gets it up to David. David back to Smith. They get it in. Layup there by Charles Hedrick, who just checked into the game as well. Sy buries a long 3. Griffin Gillard turns it over. Jake with the steal. Finds Sy, dishes to Edric Miller, lays it up. And they're going to call the block. They're going to give him the basket and the foul. Edric Miller with 2 more. Eastern Hancock not quitting yet, even though Bloomington South has subbed in a lot of backups at this point. So 12 and a half seconds left. Eastern Hancock trails by 13, 67-54. Edric Miller to the line, hits the free throw. Panthers struggling to get it in. 5-second call is going to give Eastern the ball back. Again, 12 seconds left here. I don't know if it's going to be enough time to do anything. But Eastern Hancock showing the grit and determination needed to keep fighting here. And quick note, Silas Spalding with 5 threes on the game. Wisely with 4 for the Panthers. And again, Bloomington South has just shot the ball really well. We have not shot the ball terribly, but we have not gotten those second chance opportunities that we normally get. So a couple of notes here. Make sure and tune in tonight. We'll be back at 3 o'clock. The Royals will take on the North Decatur Chargers over at Richmond High School. We'll be back for another audio broadcast. So tune in for another game. That game is going to be outstanding as well. North Decatur can get up and down and shoot, and it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Silas to inbound. 12.5 seconds left here. Finds Jake. Jake on the right wing. Knifes up a 3. No. Going to go out of bounds. It'll be Panther ball with 6.5 seconds left. Eastern Hancock trails 67-55. Not going to be enough time here without some craziness to win this game. David up ahead. Shot from Hedrick is blocked out of bounds by Gray, and that'll do it. The final score here from Lingle Court at the campus of IU East. Eastern Hancock 55, Bloomington South 67. Eastern Hancock will fall to 6-2 on the season, while Bloomington South moves to 6-3 on the season. We are going to listen to our commercial break. We'll be right back here. You're listening to Royal Radio.
Hey, Dr. Elsperman, I believe one of the best ways to invest in a community is to encourage participation in high school sports.
I agree, Paul. High school sports can play a tremendous role in student athletes obtaining their first degree in life, a high school diploma. Ivy Tech Community College also plays a role by serving more than 70,000 Indiana high school students who are earning college credit while finishing high school.
High school athletics are all about setting students up for success in the classroom and in life, and that's especially important, considering less than 7% of student athletes play sports in college and even fewer receive scholarships.
At Ivy Tech, thousands of high school students complete their freshman year of college or first industry credential, giving them a head start on college and careers.
We appreciate the support of partners like Ivy Tech who invest in our student athletes, their education, and our communities.
This is championing education. This is investing in your community. This is your IHSAA.
The weather is cold outside, but here in Charlottesville, the action is heating up on the court. Eastern Hancock basketball is back and more exciting than ever. Now is the perfect time to come on down and check out the Eastern Hancock girls basketball team. Come cheer on your ladies as they make a run for the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship and beyond. You can follow the Royals all season long here on the home of the Royals, EHSN. All right, folks, we're back here. So quick rundown of statistics here. First, for the Royals, Silas Spalding finishes with 20 points, including 5 3-pointers. That's one off a season high of 21 that he had last game against Randolph Southern. Jacob Spalding had 19, 14 of those coming in the first half. So a little bit of a struggle there. He got in foul trouble, struggled a little bit in the second half. Edric Miller finished with 11. I believe 9 of those 11 came in the fourth quarter. Caden Rubel with 4 and Grant Gray with 2. The scoring for the Panthers, as you said, it was everywhere. It was balanced. They did a really nice job of attacking us from everywhere. Let's see. Wisely had 14. Johnson 12. Montardier 10. Spears 9. Sims 9. Schmitz 8. Sanchez 4. And Hedrick with 2. The largest lead of the game was 19 for the Bloomington South Panthers, and the largest lead for the Royals was 6. So, as we said, we will be back in action here in about, 2.5 hours at 3 o'clock over from Richmond High School at the Tiernan Center against North Decatur. And North Decatur likes to play fast. They score 66 points a game, nearly identical to Eastern. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and they've got some guys that can really shoot. But maybe even more importantly, tune in tonight as Eastern Hancock girls take on Monroe Central in a huge Mid-Eastern Conference matchup. Both teams are undefeated in the conference, and this game will put the winner in the driver's seat for a conference championship. You'll hear Lindsey Shaw and Jenny McDaniel on the call tonight That game starts at 6:30. They're only playing 2 quarters of a JV game, so 6:30 tip. And in that game, Coach Sherry Dowd is going for her 300th career win against the Golden Bears. Not 300 against Monroe Central. That would be a lot of games against one team, but 300th win of all time. So, again, signing off here from Lingle Court on the campus of IU East. I am Michael Gallion. Well, again, we'll be back in about 2.5 hours. There is a video stream at Richmond High School, but it is pay-per-view on IHSA TV. I don't know if there's any announcers or anything, but you can always listen to us for free here on IHSA TV, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I want to thank everybody who tuned in today. And again, the final score here from Richmond, Indiana, Bloomington South 67,